Okay, so we're now into the truck stop. This is not exactly, they're not much fun. They're crowded, truckers are tired, they're hungry, they need to bathe, they don't want to scale, their trucks aren't working right. You've got every scenario possible for in a truck stop. So you have to be on your best behavior when you're not wanting an accident, because these guys, they'll run right into you if they're not even paying attention half the time. They're just running through the truck stop like crazy. So we found the scale, we're lining up for it. As you can see, there's quite a bit of people fueling. We're getting on to that right there. So we're gonna get onto the scale. And we can do it on our phone now. It used to be, you had to push a little button inside, they would tell you, go ahead, we got your weight, then you'd have to pull around, find a place to park, go back in, get your ticket. But now CatScale has come up with, you can do it on your phone. You just put in a code, it links into this one right here, this CatScale right here. And then it will tell you your axle weights on the phone, which is kind of cool. So you don't have to park. I mean, if you have to stop and fix it, like move your tandems in the back to adjust the weight on the trailer, then you can redo it again or whatever. But it charges the company, because normally you have to pay $13 or $14 to scale. Most companies will reimburse you if you pay for it, but if you're an owner operator, then that's out of pocket. You claim it on your taxes. But we do scale, the company pays for it, it's all on our phone, and Mark is usually spot on about this, so he's real good about moving those tandems and making sure the weight's okay. What do we got?
Perfect. I'm
I knew it.
11,640 on the steers. I'm 32.9 on the drives, and I'm 32.60 on the butt end.
Right, so the weight limits by DOT regulation is 12, 34, 34. So he is underneath all of those weight limits, which is perfect, and he's got about half a tank.
More than half a tank.
A little more than half a tank, because fuel is very heavy. So if you're full if your tanks are full, then you have to always take that into account too. You're going to burn some of that off. I don't know how many scales are going to be open between here and our destination, but you always want to play it safe. If you're over and you know you're not going near anywhere scales, then that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other what to do on that. However, if you are going to go by scales, please play it safe. Do your scales, do your measuring. That guy's probably changing his tandems too, because you need to adjust the tandems due to weight. That's a whole nother thing you can kind of Google and look up. That trailer tandems are the very rear tires, set of tires. There's 8 of them in the very back, and you can move them forward and move them backwards, and it'll shift the weight in the trailer. So you can either put more towards the center or put more towards the, what we call the butt end of the trailer.
And on this truck, we have an axle weight that's built into the truck, but it only measures the drives. So what I do is I get it as close as I can on. I take a wild guess, but if my truck axles are okay, 9 times out of 10 the trailer's okay. Everything else is okay. So basically, I just take a wild guess.
But his wild guesses are very accurate.
And 9 times out of 10,
so,
my guess is good.
He does good. And yes, so some of the trucks now have come out with putting digital weight on the drive axles. So that's the middle, because you have, if you look at a truck, basically anybody that's not familiar with tractor and trailer will look at the front, the middle, and the end. So in reality, we have 3 weight points. We have the steers, which makes sense. That's your steer tires. You steer with those. In the front, you steer with them, steer. So you have steers. Then in the middle, you have the drives, which drive the truck. So those 8 wheels are called the drives, and they drive the truck. So there's another weight point. Then, of course, what I explained earlier with the tandems, where at the very back you have those eight tires that you can move up and down. Those are the only ones really you can move up and down to adjust the weight. You can move the fifth wheel, but that's a whole nother story. So anyways, you have those 3 weight points. So you have learned today that there are 3 weight points on the truck, and they all have to work perfectly together. Or if you go through a weigh station and your weights are off, then you're going to get pulled in. They're going to ticket you, and then even if you do fix it, sometimes they go ahead and ticket you anyway because they had to pull you in the first place. But normally, if they're cool, they'll just go ahead and let you fix it and then reweigh and go. But you still get pulled in, and it's a waste of time, and that's about probably an hour out of your life that you could have just easily taken care of at a truck stop and weighed and gotten it fixed earlier. Now, if your truck is over gross, so we're at 80,000. No. I meant is gross weight 80,000. Right. So
we're
all
probably running
together,
about 77.
Right, we're running about 77,000 pounds. But by DOT regulation, we cannot go over 80,000, and that's including the tractor and the trailer. You cannot go over 80,000 pounds. That's called over gross. And if you are over gross, you cannot fix that. You can't move the tandems. The only way you can do it is remove weight from the trailer, and that's a waste of your whole day. Let me tell you, when companies they put way too much in the trailer, and then you have to go out here and you go find a scale, learn your over gross, you have to go all the way back, and they have to take it back out, and they are not, you're not happy, they're not happy. But there are people who work the warehouse who do these trailer loadings. They should automatically know how to do these things and not give you over gross. But then again, people are human. And a lot of these companies, especially, I'm going to go with dog food. What are some of the other ones that like to overgross you? Canned beer, canned goods, water. Yeah, the big water hauler that have cases of water. I remember dog food mainly. They would, oh my Lord, they would put so much dog food on that trailer, and it would be over gross. And you would take it back, and they would rearrange it again. And then there was one day we went back, and it was over gross like 2 times. Yeah, it was a whole waste of our day. We had to go back again. They had to redo it again. I think this was at Ralston, Purina. But anyway, so you always want to check your scales, check your weights on the scale, take the time to do it. We enjoy everything working out perfectly and us being able to fly right by those weigh stations and not have to worry at least about our weight. So as you can tell, we're rolling again. Thanks for joining us today, and I'll see you down the road.